We are recording. Welcome to Stuck in the Muck, Part 2.
Good deal.
I am Andrew.
Top of the morning.
That's
Nick, it is 11 p.m. I don't think you need to be saying top of the morning
You didn't
right
have
now.
to tell them that. You didn't have to tell them that, baby.
Yeah, there's no way they know. There's no way they know.
No, we're actually recording this at 6 a.m.
Yeah, we all woke up bright and early to give you guys this video.
Yeah.
As working
Quality
class people.
dank content, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, we have done a lot in between the last podcast till now. We have made 2 videos. One of them plummeted. The other one is successful.
That is factual. That is how it went down.
Hey, fuck it, we ball.
And then we also had a fishing trip. Who would like to elaborate?
I don't think me or Nick should talk about it as much because I feel like there's very little we actually remember from the trip.
But listen,
I remember it crystal clear.
Okay, but also y'all got to let me talk about my one segment of the story once we get in the house.
I don't know what segment you're specifically talking to. But
I know the segment he's talking about. Well, when we get to it, Nick will allow you to comment on that.
I will elaborate.
But Andrew, you were the responsible person there watching over everyone, so you should probably tell the majority of the story, and we'll just chime in.
I was the DD, man. It was, so, the people that went to the fishing trip is everybody, the Muck boys. It was my girlfriend she came with, and then another member. Well, not member of the Muck boys, but another guy we know. Anywho, the day started off kind of shitty because we played this game called Gaga Ball, which is kind of like dodgeball, and I sprained Dakota's fucking ankle immediately. He immediately sprained his ankle, and he was fucking bitching about it the entire day, and I felt bad.
And while they were playing,
I told you it was okay multiple times. You kept apologizing. I just couldn't walk on it.
And while they are playing,
I never really complained.
While they were playing Gaga Ball, Chris and I were supposed to carpool down for about an hour drive at most. And about 15-20 minutes into the drive, sounds like there's a jet engine behind the truck, as we have a massive flat tire because the tire melted from how hot it was and gave us a flat.
Damn.
How long were y'all stuck on the side of the road?
Well, we were lucky enough that we were right next to a parking lot, so Chris pulls into the parking lot. We get out the truck to start looking at it, and the tire is visibly smoking. There is smoke coming off of the tire. Well, then Chris and I start digging through his truck trying to figure out where the jack is, where all the stuff is. And we're stuck there for probably an hour and a half.
I would have to guess about that long.
An hour and a half just sitting there. And there was a motherfucking employee at the store we pulled into who said he was going to get us a good jack to use on that truck, and then he just left us there and didn't get a good jack for us. I'll never forgive that man.
Dumb.
L plus ratio when that man dies. No kids.
When that man dies,
he dies.
Roll up to his funeral. Pull out explicit pictures. L plus ratio. Cancel.
Put a jack in his casket at the showing of the body. Just put a jack in there.
Smoking that employee's pack.
L plus ratio plus coke plus seeds plus kill yourself.
I still haven't bought a new tire.
Why have you not bought a tire? It's been like a week.
Well, longer than that.
I'm gonna have the shop put it on for me. And I had to make
it's been like 2 weeks now.
Yeah, the tire that was put on, the spare, was bigger than the rest of the tires.
Yeah, that man is legit riding slanted right now.
Diagonally.
Oh,
the guy is driving at a 45-degree angle.
That's like a 10-minute.
The boy driving like Michael Jackson in the music video, dude. He's like slanted.
Smooth criminal.
Literally, bro.
Oh my goodness.
But this is all before the fishing even started.
Yeah, this is all about lunchtime that day. Well, a little bit after lunchtime. It's like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, no, Hansen did hit the Gaga ball directly into my ankle, and as I tried to sidestep, I stepped down on it and sprained it, and I could barely walk. I mean, my foot was swollen. It was something else.
Goddamn. So yeah, it was kind of a shit day for Dakota, but it was really cool for everybody else.
Yeah, fuck Dakota.
Fuck
I had a very good day.
Okay,
I'm out like $200.
Very good night. I had a very good night, I should say.
Okay, then
Yeah, that's one way to say
yeah,
it.
let's fast forward to the fishing. We had to go bait fishing. We rolled up beers immediately. We're drunk. But however, obviously, drunk levels were not even close. Like maybe.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, they were getting started. It was a good
It was
time.
a slow evening.
Yeah.
For real.
No one was rushing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I didn't get started until like
Much later.
very late. Yeah,
Boom.
Yeah.
I had probably had one all the bait fishing. I think I'd only had one.
Mm-hmm. And then
I
boom.
think
That
I
sounds about right.
two, and
That sounds about right. I think air bubbles at one.
Nighttime. This shit was crazy. That boy Chris pulled out the Tito's. Dakota's whole world changed.
I was at that time. I had already called the people I needed to call and was like, "Hey, I'm not driving back tonight. My ankle is not going to allow it."
that's
So-
after you saw the Tito's. You're like,
This is true. Chris
That boy
pulls out the
went.
Tito's, and I remember Chris pulled it out, and I said, "Chris, just hand me the bottle."
Yeah. Chris had shit
I
to mix
turned
it
it
with.
straight up.
Chris had like Gatorade or whatever, Capri Sun to mix it with. That boy Dakota said, nah.
mixed it with that Mountain Dew first.
As I turned the bottle, Paul's just watching me.
Yeah.
And the bottle gets handed to Dakota so that way he can hold it while the drinks are being mixed. And this man proceeds to take the top off and just take a swig. And good for him. Good for him. Good for him.
Oh, it
And
was
then
good.
he proceeds to immediately put it back down, look at the bottle, go, man, that only burnt a little bit. Take another swig. Because, man, this stuff is pretty easy to drink. Takes
Alright.
another swig.
For those of y'all who couldn't tell, I don't drink very often.
Half that.
So,
bottle.
Hands the,
so
bottle,
when I do,
hands the bottle to Chris, so that way Chris can continue pouring the drinks. Chris then proceeds to pour multiple shots worth, a very healthy amount, like enough to get one person drunk, into both cups. And then, the cups get passed around between people and whatnot. Well, Dakota isn't loving the cup. He is just going at it constantly. Well, then he sees the bottle and goes, you know what, it was a good idea the first time. Grabs the bottle, takes a swig from the bottle, grabs the cup, drinks from the cup, takes a swig from the bottle and puts it down, and goes, yeah, that was good.
I think it was red Gatorade at that time. Red Gatorade
Yeah.
mixed with the Tito's was absolutely angelic.
And this was when the night started to fall apart for Dakota.
Whoa, fall apart. Fall
No,
apart.
this
is
is
a
when it was
strong
made.
term.
This is when the
Dude.
night was made. Look at
I was no longer feeling my ankle. I was having a good night.
you're complete. I would during when you were drunk, I would like mess with your fucking foot to see if you could feel your ankle. I'd be like tickling your little feetsies, and then you'd be like, what the fuck is happening?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't know." And then you're like, "Okay," and then you just lay back down, and I'd do that maybe like 3 times over, and every time you'd be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
I think you had told me I looked at you while you were doing it, and you were like, "Bruh, it's not me."
Yeah, I was like, "Dakota's not me," and you're like, "No, something's happening." And then
For those of y'all who have never seen Paul, I will say Paul has luxurious locks of hair.
Yeah,
Lumptious,
Dakota was
dude.
very much
Now,
wanting to
I will-
touch my hair.
It
all
was
evening.
it was the first time I'd ever seen Paul. Me and Paul first time we'd met in person, and the hair was just so surprising. So I wanted to touch it, but he was not allowing it.
I let you touch it one time while you were sober, and then
That's
you got
not
drunk,
fun.
and you kept requesting an awful amount to touch my hair again.
And you wouldn't let me.
you rat bastard.
It's fine. You touched
mother-
Chris's
you
hair
motherfucker.
instead.
Chris has soft hair.
I
Let me tell you.
remember. Oh shit! I completely fucking forgot about that. Damn.
Chris, you were rather
Y'all
lit
were like
as well.
just rubbing my head for a straight 2 or 3 minutes.
You
Yeah,
were
Chris,
rather lit too.
You are.
Also,
Chris,
so
you're
the start of
crazy,
the
dog.
start of the night, fishing was still the priority. That was still the goal.
And we achieved it.
I can too.
No, I was
what
crossed by
happened
the time
is-
we caught a fish.
Chris had a couple of beers. He was feeling good. The other unnamed person had brought out weed, and so everyone was enjoying that. That was, partaking in it. Dakota wasn't because, government, and Andrew, because he's a good friend, wasn't either. Well, Chris is now going up to the truck to grab the Tito's. As he is walking down the hill to go sit back down to pour the drinks, he's got 2 cups in his left hand and the bottle of Tito's in his right. He hears the fishing pole, which has a bell attached to it, start ringing. And in a full Olympic sprinter, in the matter of 1 second, runs downhill without falling, cups and Tito's still in hand, gets to the fishing pole, and picks up the fishing pole and starts to reel in the fish without dropping anything.
Yeah. That's my goat. I don't know about y'all. Tom
True.
Brady, Michael Jordan, Bill Russell. No, Chris is my goat. Crossfaded. And still caught the
And this
fish.
would be the only fish we catch.
Yeah.
The crossfaded.
It was it 13.5 pounds catfish? I mean, it was a good little fish. I mean, it wasn't huge by any means, but
Hey, fish is a fish.
Hey man, after like that fish, we weren't there for the catfishing no more.
No more.
at that point, I was
Hey, I
nowhere
think I checked the
near
bait a few times,
needing to catch fish.
and we missed a couple. Or
Yeah, Dakota
I
was
didn't
trying to
jump
catch.
up for 'em.
Dakota was
Actually,
trying to
I
catch
think
bottom.
Yeah.
right after we caught that fish was when the Tito's was actually pulled out. I
Yes,
remember
that-
catching
that
the
is
fish.
that is when the Tito's was like.
Yes,
actually
I
being
100%
distributed.
remember catching the fish.
no, because
or
I was
I have video of
crossed
it.
before.
You hit.
Yeah,
but
you
only
had-
had
You
beers.
you were
had
crossed
only-
off of 6 beers though.
Yeah.
You had there's no way the
You
Tito's
already-
hadn't been opened
You
yet.
already messed up.
I am telling you for a fact, you were walking down with the Tito's in hand,
Oh, okay.
unopened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was like, "Yes, I recall."
Well, that's-
This sounds about right.
Fast forward, the
That's-
fishing is no longer the point of the evening.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
Kinda
sitting
cold
around.
out.
Oh yeah, the fishing poles were still in the water, but we were all satisfied with what we had come to do, and it had been done. We were all sitting around the fire, enjoying our time. Dakota he is a very lovey-dovey person, apparently. He's very in tune with his emotions, and he just had to make sure that everyone was having a good evening.
Oh yeah.
Which led to him asking every single person at least 5 times that evening, "Hey man, are you having a good time?" And everyone would just respond with something along the lines of, "Yes, I'm having a good time." He'd go, "I'm really glad. This is just wonderful."
I didn't say it like that. I want to put it. I didn't say it exactly like that.
Another classic quote from Dakota. We would be messing with him. He'd be like, "Dakota, don't do that. Your mom will get disappointed." And Dakota would be like, "I don't want to disappoint my mom. I love my mama."
I love my bubble, man.
I saved some of the quotes that you
Oh,
sent the
yeah.
next day. Let
Can
me
you
pull them up.
Yeah,
I'm pulling them up right now. Yeah.
I'm about to see your favorite quote.
So it was. I would never want to disappoint my mama. I love her so much. So Chris was talking to Andrew's girlfriend. He goes, "Move your foot. I want to cuddle with Andrew's leg." And he just grabs a hold of it and starts to snuggle.
That was like at the very end when I was.
Yeah.
That was right before everyone started cuddling with each other. It got a little
Everyone except
homosexual.
me.
No,
Yeah.
Everyone
Dakota
except me.
tried to get in
Speaking-
behind me.
Speaking
and,
of
full on big spoon me, and I was like, okay.
I did big spoon Nick. I 100% I big spoon Nick.
No kidding.
I know I
You
did.
do.
I will
Yeah,
say-
you did, dude.
When Nick was gone, Nick said, "Hanson, are you Jesus?" To which Andrew replies, "No, I'm homosexual." And Nick goes, "Oh, so you're a god."
That's a classic.
And
Cause
then
bro,
Also, during the cuddle set, I tried to coerce Dakota to stick his thumb up Chris's ass, and he almost did it. He was close.
just freaked out. He wouldn't let me.
Chris was being
Yeah.
a bitch and wanted to let Dakota stick
Yeah,
his finger
I don't
up.
know what his problem was. I'm just trying to be a little
I have a picture of
homosexual.
all of y'all cuddling, by the way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did
Oh,
get a picture
please
of that.
send that to Andrew, please. Andrew, if you
Well,
could put that in.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll
my
blur
beautiful.
out whoever's face doesn't want to be on it.
Don't worry, you can't see Nick at all.
And
It's
then-
too dark.
Okay, so I know y'all
Damn.
watched.
Damn.
Nick, I am not joking. I am not joking. You literally
That's
are
racist.
not visible in it.
Oh man,
Only
we're
your
getting.
shirt is.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Wasn't he wearing a black shirt though?
Yes.
I'm starting to tell you, you're more black than your shirt.
Oh my goodness! What is that laugh?
The blackest shirt in the darkest of the night. I'm a black man. This is
Look,
not
I am just telling
that I
you,
reach.
you can see
This
the
is not
vague
it.
outline of clothing there, but you can't tell that anyone's there because Dakota is completely blocking all of the light from the fire. So, like, all you see is Chris's hat,
Trying
Dakota
to say I'm
looking
big?
down next to the fire, and then Nick in the middle of the two of them.
I remember being right next to the fire. I remember how it was
Just-
hot. I
just
was
send it to the
sweating.
group chat.
Yeah,
you were
it's
like,
that.
I had to have been dangerously close to that fire.
Well, yeah.
You were.
Yeah, we
You
had
were
to
like
tell you.
one roll away from being in the fire.
Like I was sweating. I had to have been dangerously close.
We had to tell you multiple
Sweet.
times because you almost put your foot in the fire.
No,
Yes,
you were like
you did
kissing
do
the
that.
fire.
Like, I remember we would put like a log into the fire, and then you'd be like, "Oh shit, it's bright." It's like, "Oh yeah, really?"
we threw a pallet from the back of my truck in there, and it went into a blaze of glory.
Yeah, that shit was
Oh yeah.
so hot.
Who was it that almost like fell on their ass while trying to break the pallet?
Definitely Chris.
Me?
Definitely, Chris.
I remember one time I stepped on the pallet and I lost my whole shoe.
Yeah.
My shoe went the other direction.
The shoe didn't
Oh,
get
like
stuck
this.
in the pallet. No, the shoe went flying off of his foot through the air.
So,
I was like,
I
where's
don't know
my
how you
shoe?
accomplished that.
I just
I have no
remember
idea.
Chris
I
like
just stomped on it like a regular human being, and the pallet said access denied.
Chris was stomping on the pallet like how a killer stomps on the pallet in Dead by Daylight. He was literally just putting his whole fucking force into
Yeah.
it.
So-
So one time he misses and fucking falls on his ass.
So Chris is wearing Chris is
Yeah, you
wearing
did-
like
you did do
decent
that.
heavy boots for this as well. Like he's actively got the appropriate footwear for breaking pallets. Well, he gets tired of it, so I come over to start breaking the pallet, and I'm just wearing tennis shoes. Which leads to Andrew's girlfriend going, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's a pallet." And she's like, "Is that not hurting you?" And I'm like, "It's a pallet. It's wood."
It's
Of
not
course
gonna
I
hurt.
was barefoot the entire
Look,
night. I had no shoes or socks on the entire night.
Them dogs.
Because you were
around,
Mr.
boy.
Swollen Ankle Boy.
Yeah, you
Them
couldn't,
dogs
you
were
couldn't
out.
wear
Yeah,
anything.
but it was way more swollen than my like normal foot. I have a picture of it. It was
Yeah.
insanely like fatter than my other foot.
That shit was swollen up.
Dakota, was your mom disappointed when she found out you hurt your ankle?
I told her I told her about my phrase that we had saved. I won't disappoint my mama because I love her, and she was so proud. I don't think she even thought about anything else. She was like, "Oh my, I love you," and I was like, "I love you too, mom."
Oh my
But
goodness. He's
we
my
have one
mom.
more quote that we have saved. If you guys watched the last Apex video, you guys know Nick pisses hard. When Nick pisses, he comes to play. So the other quote we have is when I said, "I wish I came as hard as Nick pisses."
Dude, every like maybe 30 to 40 minutes, Nick would go up to pee, and that shit sounded like a fire hydrant.
Man was a fucking yeah, exactly. He was a
It's
fire
not like he
hydrant.
was next to us. He would go 20, 30 feet off, and we would just
be
hear
up
him like
the
it was
hill
insane.
in the woods.
It's like
And all
at
here
the
is
water park. At the water park where all the kids gather around to get dumped with the big bucket. That's what his
The bucket.
piss sounded like, was the big fucking bucket.
I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to do a fucking R. Kelly with kids and pee. I think we can leave the kids out of this situation.
Bro.
Sure.
No, bro. Bro, it sounds like a missile, bro.
Man, Nick pisses hard. That is for certain.
That is for sure thing. I do be frying chicken. What can I say?
What else happened that night?
Well, that's how Chris got fucked up. That's how
I do not
you got
remember
fucked up.
skinning the fish. I know I did it. But I do not remember
No,
doing it.
You-
we did
you
that. We
did
did
it at
that
the
at
house.
like the very end of the night at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did at the house.
And I remember
You
walking
actually you
inside.
filleted it pretty well.
I don't remember doing it.
I remember watching, and Nick goes, "Bye bye, fish. Bye bye. You gonna die."
Nick was like
Nick is
mortified.
still completely gone. He goes, "Bye bye, fish. Look, it's still moving. Look,
Being there
bye."
mortified because of how we are filleting the fish. He's like, "Y'all aren't gonna kill it," like, and we're like, "It's gonna die. Like, it's not gonna be alive for this process."
You sure?
Nick's just sitting there like, "I can't believe I'm watching this."
He was just teasing the fish after a while. You about to die. Look at you.
Nick is secretly a psychopath when he's drunk.
Your life is over.
Serial killer vibes. Serial killer vibes, no doubt.
I turned into the trapper from Dead by Daylight when I become drunk, dude. Like, you're gonna die, dude.
Since me and Nick were done for. We were out for the count. We stayed at Chris's that night.
Oh my god.
And Nick, tell him what happened as we went into Chris's house.
Okay, well, we got into like Chris's house around 2 a.m. We went to sleep. I wake up. It's 5 a.m. I got a pitch. So I wake up, bro. And I look. I'm like, yo, I've been sleeping mad comfortable. I look down, bro. Saw all the disgrace upon my face. I saw MLK. I saw all my black people, brother. And I see a Confederate flag pillow, brother. And I yeet that bitch across the goddamn room. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? And MLK's in my ear. This is what I took all them ass whoopings for. I'm like, god damn, I gotta get that shit out of my face. And then I went to go piss. And then I was like, yeah.
Wake me up. He woke me up. He goes, Dakota. And I said, what? He said, this motherfucker gave me a Confederate flag to lay on. I know good and darn well. And he threw the pillow across the room.
Yeet that bitch. I'm sorry.
So later on in the day, because Nick and Dakota leave early in the morning.
It's like 6 a.m.
Chris and I wake up at like 2 p.m. And it's like maybe 2:15, 2:30 when we both are finally like up out of his room and whatnot. And he's sitting there talking to his mom. His mom like, why didn't you tell me that Nick was going to be sleeping in that room? I would have gotten that pillow out of that room. I would have cleaned that room for him. It was so embarrassed by it and felt really bad about it.
Hey,
oh my goodness.
Nick wakes up, the ghost of Stonewall Jackson is there.
Robert E. Lee, all them motherfuckers, they're like, just, what the fuck you doing here, huh? What you doing here? I'm like, yeah, nah, that was crazy.
You're far from home, ain't you now, boy?
oh, down with the, heck no.
Jesus.
Patrick Mahomes sidearmed that bitch across the room.
What did your girlfriend what did she think of the night? I know it was the first time we ever really seen her.
Oh,
me and Nick, or me at least. I don't know about Nick.
Yeah,
she had a great time.
Yeah,
like,
first time
she's been fishing with me and Chris before, but that was with Chris's friends, I suppose I would label that. His fishing group. And she had it all right, but that was like mainly fishing. That was straight up cut dry. That's what we were there for.
Focusing on the fish.
Yeah, this time around, it was very much more sociable, and she had a much more better time.
Oh, amazing. That's what we love to do. I'm glad she had a good night. I will say, I thought Andrew was about to fight me because while I was gone, I asked to touch his girlfriend's hair. I don't know if he knew what was going on, but I asked to touch everybody's hair that night. So I just want to point out that it wasn't weird, but I thought Andrew was about to whoop my tail for a minute.
You felt her hair too?
No,
he didn't. No, Andrew was sitting right there next to her when you asked, and Andrew was like, no, you're good. You don't need to.
I was like being sneaky or being disrespectful about it. I was like, I touch your hair, and Andrew immediately was like, no.
Andrew hit you with a no. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, you're good. You're all right.
With other people's
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy.
No.
Dakota called up Chris's girlfriend. Dakota called up Chris's fucking girlfriend.
No. She called me, and then I was like, hey, do you want to talk to Dakota? And then I handed him the phone.
And they were on the
what
phone
happened
for
is
10
she
minutes.
called you. You talked to her for a bit.
I feel like I only spoke to her for 30 seconds.
No.
You were on the phone with her for 10 minutes, Dakota.
God knows.
So Chris's
like
girlfriend
10
called
minutes.
him, and Chris
crazy.
talks to her for like 5, maybe 10 minutes. Then he hands me the phone. I talked to her for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, hey, you should talk to Dakota. And hand it to Dakota. And Dakota proceeds to go on a rant for about 5-10 minutes of just, I love these guys. These guys are my best friends. Like, I'm so glad that I'm here with them. How is your evening going?
Are you having a good time?
In the span of the phone call that lasted less than 10 minutes, he asked her at least 3 times how her evening was going.
She was having a good evening. I have a little recollection of that. I had an amazing evening, and I'm pretty sure I told y'all this. multiple times.
You made it very vocal.
Yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know how much of a good time I was having.
Oh,
You
were
did
having a
also
good time.
keep telling her that you were drunk and that nobody else knew that you were drunk.
That's because I'm sneaky. You guys didn't know I was drunk till I told you. I was
Okay.
I do remember trying to convince y'all I wasn't drunk, so I don't think I was
You were
drunk for that
trying
part.
very hard.
Okay.
So halfway through the night, they take the bottle of Tito's from me and they won't give it
Andrew
back.
has the bottle of Tito's. Andrew has it.
Okay, I took the bottle of Tito's because Chris's girlfriend explicitly told me that she wanted some. So I was trying to save some for her, and then Dakota would be like, "Yo, Paul, where the fuck the Tito's at?" Like, asking Paul because he thought Paul had it.
And I'm sitting here going, I don't
pretty
know.
sure at one
Like,
point I
visibly
took it
looking at the
away
bottle of
from
Tito's because it's
Dakota.
not hidden. The bottle of Tito's is just sitting on the ground next to Hanson.
I couldn't
Very
see it.
visible. And I'm just like literally looking at the bottle of Tito's going, I don't know, Dakota. I don't have it.
Dakota asked me, and I said, "It's in the river." And he took his clothes off. I was like, "Dakota, please, no. It's not actually in the river." And that happened about 3 times, him taking off his shirt.
I didn't get all my clothes off. It's not like I was getting naked. No, I took my shirt off.
Dakota did say he wanted to go swimming.
Hey,
It's
just
true.
keep swimming.
No way he
Just
would
keep
swim
swimming.
with that ankle, though.
I think
I
it would have been
would've-
good. The water would have been cool. It would have iced it.
If I had seen the bottle of Tito's
You
in the
would've
water, I think
iced
I would have had the willpower to make it. I would have had the willpower.
Yeah, that's how we could have caught the biggest fish of the night
That's
if we
how y'all
just
would have
thrown
did
the
with the
Tito's
rest
on a
of
hook.
You see fucking
I-
Dakota sucking that bitch down.
This is the first time I'm actually hearing that Andrew had the bottle. To this day, I thought Paul had the bottle
No,
and just
Andrew
wouldn't give
had
it to
the
me.
bottle. It was literally
day,
the
I just
bottle was
thought you were being
within the bottle was within your arm's reach, Dakota.
That
And you
is
kept
so upsetting.
asking me, who was sitting on the other side of the fire, "Hey,
Yeah.
Paul, where's the
That is-
Tito's?"
That is unfortunate. Wow.
Was always on.
My situational awareness is so low.
You even started calling me the guardian of the Tito's.
to
when I
this
knew
day,
you were
I
the
thought
Tito's.
you had it.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the guard.
Fuck, that's a loud thunderbolt.
Yeah, no, that's a
Percy
severe
Jackson
storm.
must have fucking stole something.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
boss.
like a
Okay, boss.
reference.
That's a reference.
Oh, shit.
Calm down there.
Remember.
The
Did I tell
cow
y'all what I
from
did
the
with the
fucking
rest of the
Sesame
Tito's?
Street.
What
What'd
did
you do, man?
Yeah.
Jello
you do.
shots with it.
One
yeah.
reference.
They didn't hit as hard as actually drinking a mixed drink though. I was fairly
They
disappointed.
didn't hit as hard.
Well, it
Like
may
I
have
didn't
not.
feel, unless you're already drunk most of the way, Jello shots just don't hit hard. I
Okay.
guess.
Also,
They don't have a flavor.
when you had the Tito's when we went fishing, you were like 6 beers down. You were already.
Yeah. You were already very
Chris was gone.
I
You
think
were
my
already
count
having a
was
good
at
night.
7, and our other friend was just trying to catch up to me that whole night.
I think
He passed you.
Oh,
He ended the night on 8.
He threw up.
Who?
My
Yeah,
man.
speaking of passing, he also disappeared and like passed out in his hammock
No.
or something, didn't he?
No,
No.
he
At
drove
one
home.
point,
Well, he didn't drive home,
When
but
he
No.
caught up with
I had
me,
to
he had
take
to like
him
walk
home.
up the hill
yeah.
and like get on it. He was at one point he was sitting on his knee. I was like, "Hey, are you good?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you want me to get you some water?" He was like, "Yeah, that'd be all right."
No, that man definitely threw up. We were walking back to go to Chris's. She was like, "Fuck, I stepped on something." I was like, and, you know, there's a lot of cow shit out there. So I looked and it was pink, and I was like, "Damn,
Dang.
I want cow
Oh,
shit."
what the heck?
That's not it. That's a listen, Chris.
What was that man
your
eating?
cows may be in trouble, bro. They're
What did you
they're
do?
putting out
The cow
that's
patty.
pink shit.
You big bitch.
All right. I need to know the answer to this. Why the fuck is there a teacher with dildos in the briefcase?
Okay.
Hold this over us.
For background
Say that
information.
with say that with context, please.
No
Yeah.
context. No context.
You're
For
nasty.
context,
That's
the
Hey,
school,
hey.
the school that we
Somebody-
all went to. They're, let me speak. the school that we all went to. Well, Paul, did you go there?
Yeah,
You
I
can
went
go
there.
You
I
go
didn't.
there,
I
you
didn't
went there.
graduate from
Okay.
there, but I
Okay.
went there.
All right, so school we all went to at some point or another. There's a new teacher there. She goes to school every day with like a briefcase. So one day they have the drug dogs come in and they're doing routine search, and the dogs are just freaking out over her briefcase. And they open it up and she has a briefcase full of dildos. and like no one knows why. My sister goes there like currently, and she's in her class. So I asked her. I said, "Hey, well, what? Did she get in any trouble?" My sister goes, "No, she still brings the briefcase every day. This woman is still bringing dildos into the school that alert drug dogs. I don't know."
Hey,
God.
that girl.
I will say though, when I told everybody the first time, Paul said, "That's that pussy that be getting you high."
Look, I just fucking imagine this teacher like bent over to help a student in front of you, and then her little butt plug comes out, and you're like, "Oh shit, a gym! It's a little gym."
I'm gonna turn this in, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Nah.
She hits you with the, and then it just comes
But
right out.
I don't know why she brings the briefcase, or I don't know if she's using them in class or what, but that is the context behind what Paul said.
God.
And I was told that there was more information that would be shared during the podcast.
Well,
Let's do
okay.
that.
So that is what I'm asking for.
Yes,
That's
more
all reason he's
information. Look, apparently the teacher's not attractive, if that helps you.
Oh, so that's the reason, probably.
So she's just trying to get her nut off.
She takes the elevator during fire drills. Like she has like
big
knee
woman.
problems. I don't know. Maybe
True.
cut this out.
Maybe cut this out.
Yeah.
Cut this out. What's her name? 'Cause I don't.
It's a new teacher. You wouldn't know her.
She goes to a different
her
school.
name
You don't know.
It's getting cut out anyway. Just say
It is a new teacher. None of us ever had her.
Dude, I wish I had her.
I want to wait. I
no,
want
you-
to see
no,
if
you
there's
don't.
any news articles for
No,
this.
you don't. You just said she was ugly.
I doubt there's any news articles. I bet they sweeped it up, baby.
But I guarantee this is
You
swept
are,
under the
baby.
rug, no doubt.
Yes.
Nah, I feel
No.
like there's got to be at
Yes.
least one person.
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't even know about it till I asked my sister.
Yeah. I want to talk about some interesting people I've met while my first year at college.
Okay.
I met a motherfucker that puts cereal in the refrigerator.
Oh.
I don't hate that.
Oh,
I
no,
don't think
I
it's smart.
despise
It doesn't.
What?
No. I think it's a waste of space, but I don't hate that.
Why?
What
This
is his purpose for doing it?
What? Okay.
I don't fucking
Sir,
know, dude.
it's no
What?
benefit,
What
no
makes sense?
consequence.
Exactly.
Like
Okay,
If
okay.
there's no benefit,
Paul, would you
then why
put
would
ramen
do it?
noodles in the fucking refrigerator?
no, because I'm gonna boil those. I'm not boiling fucking silverware. Yes, I'm not boiling silverware either. But I'm
Yes,
not boiling cereal.
bro. You're
Especially
not,
depending
bro.
on cereal, they could just be eating it without milk as a snack. In which
That's
case,
still
having it
nasty.
cold
Oh
wouldn't
my
be
God.
bad.
You're not helping your kid. If you're asking. This is. You're literally. It's no benefit. It is no consequence. Then there's
Tell us-
no
tell us in the
benefit.
comments.
So why
Tell
do
us
you
in the
have such a
comments the
big
proper
issue
way to
with this,
store
man?
your cereal.
Bro,
You're
if you
fucking
just
I
I already said that this isn't a helpful thing by any means. I'm just saying I don't hate the person for doing it.
Listen, bro.
I don't hate the person either. I just think it's
He
stupid.
has black.
It's my
Air Force.
rival.
He has black Air Force.
Go
There's
dirt.
no way. Black Air Force activity. There's no way somebody's doing that.
This dude's scaring the hose.
La, da, da, da.
This guy's a future murderer because people like you are making fun of him.
Like,
We're just-
bro, he should be made fun of. Like, bro, it's like this is not.
We do not
normal.
endorse bullying.
I
The
do.
Muck
This
Boys
is
do
not.
endorse
This is
bullying.
not normal
No,
behavior.
Bullying works. Bullying works. Bullying works.
We endorse it for people who deserve it.
All right, bet. Yo, I'm down to
Okay.
bully. I just wanted to make. All right.
Okay. Listen.
Fuck that thunder.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
heard
know
it,
if you
dude?
can also hear.
We can. Oh, gosh, Paul, we're thunder buddies.
I don't like that phrase.
What did he say?
We
What did he say?
Whoa, hold on.
No,
Time
slow
out.
down there, bud.
What do you mean by that?
Because we heard the thunder from our same houses.
Yes, both their houses being in Alaska.
California love, bro.
No, it's
North
obviously in
Korea.
Ohio. Ohio doesn't exist.
Yo, Japan.
This is factual. I had a roommate from Ohio.
Dude,
but
I'm in Russia.
He might have just been an alien.
Fucking
Australia?
Ukrainians are starting to get near me.
Yeah,
I might
yo,
have gone
yo.
hiding tomorrow.
Those dangerous Ukrainians who are attacking us
Yeah,
unprovoked.
why the fuck are you
Stealing the tanks.
So
Yeah. Just elite levels of dick eating. Crazy elite levels of dick eating. You took my
Putin
home
is
away.
literally standing outside of Chris's door, just listening.
Just like murk that motherfucker right there. Murk.
These guys. Oh my goodness.
You took away our home to make a new one. Shit. Look at us.
And now we're gonna arrest you for being homeless.
Damn.
What time are we at?
Yeah.
Here?
This
Arrest
is
somebody for
little.
being homeless is crazy.
We got like
Maybe
10
right.
more minutes
All right.
till you come.
Trying to.
till I come.
Run out of
I like to at
things.
least get like an hour in case we need
Yes?
to cut some
No.
shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to
'cause,
think of things
Let's
right
face
now.
it, something's getting cut.
Well,
maybe that
that's
whole
good.
Things we
Ukraine-
have to.
The whole Ukraine rant might get cut, boys.
Yo, hey,
We're just making fun of Putin. He's not going to track our
No.
locations and IP
bro,
addresses.
we're not making fun of the Ukrainian people. We just said that they're homeless. They gotta go to jail.
Jesus.
It's not okay.
Check on the channel, see how it's doing.
Emotional damage.
Oh,
Emotional
man.
damage.
What else? What else is there that we've done since the last podcast?
Oh, we got a new thingamajigger.
Yeah.
Oh, the profile
thank
pic.
you, thank you.
Yes.
And
The
profile
the-
picture.
It's a
Take 'em-
cow. It's a profile pic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
like
I
that Doja
know.
Cat song, bitch,
That-
I'm a cow. Move.
I don't know if I should plug this specific person, but I suppose.
Yeah, I wouldn't mention names, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she does want work. So
If this
you're
person
staying,
does want us to plug them, then we will.
I'm just gonna say, if you want
Put in
her to
the
work,
comments.
send a comment down below,
Put in
and
the comments.
we'll figure out something. If you stay this long,
yeah,
and
she
you-
did draw our profile picture. We're very thankful.
Yeah, she did an
Thank
amazing
you
job.
so much.
We are, like, I guess we did cow because I looked up stock footage. Was it for an outro for the first video? And the best
Found
one
cows.
was cows. And I was like, okay, that's kind of fitting. You know, we're the Muck Boys. We're kind of in a herd. We're all about mucking around, milking around.
Milking around.
I'm glad that you just equated us to a herd of cows. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah. Shut up, you cow.
Shut up, you fat bitch.
You bad bitch.
If y'all are the cows, I'm the bull.
Whoa there.
You know what that
Whoa there.
means?
Whoa,
Oh, wait a minute. What
I
that
get
mean?
to-
What that mean?
I get to special milk you.
God,
Special.
please.
What? Special
You
milk.
made that you made that real bad.
Do you know that cow's milk before getting like pasteurized? I think it's what's called. It's like blood red.
Pasteurized?
Pasteurized. Yeah. That shit's like
Pasteurized.
blood red. Would you still drink it?
It's also filled with like puss and stuff, so
God damn.
like nasty stuff.
Fuck.
I need it.
Chris,
Telling us something.
Chris, you actually made me. You actually made me infuriated recently. You texted me asking me for help, which I'm fine with. You know, I'm all good with that.
No, never contact you about getting help.
Never ask me for help. If you ever need help, don't text me.
Anyway,
So guess what?
Chris
Because
hit
I'm not
me
that
with,
guy.
I need you to help me to figure out this game I'm thinking of. And I was like, okay, what genre? I don't know. True. What company? I don't know. Okay. What price point? I think below $15. Okay. So I listed off a few games. Dude, you're just not being helpful right now. I was like, alright, dog. Is there anything else you could be, like, descriptive about? Homie hits me back. If I were descriptive, I would know it.
He does have a fair
gamer.
point there. He does have a fair point there.
He does have a point. He does have a point there.
And then what was the game? Fallout.
It was Fallout 4. How the fuck was I
I did
supposed
say
to
it
know?
was popular a few years ago. I did tell you that too.
That's a
Almost
lot of
all games
dog.
are popular a few years ago. It could have been anything, and you let me get off the trail because you're like, I'm pretty sure I hit on my PS3. No, you didn't.
It came out when I had a PS3. I didn't have a PS4 at that time.
Oh wow.
How the
That's why
fuck
I
was I
had
supposed
that.
to know that?
I don't know. I said I might have. I was brainstorming.
Chris, I'll slap the shit out of you.
You won't. Come here right now.
Okay.
Come to California.
Yeah.
Come to Russia. I dare you.
Yeah, come to Alaska. I dare you.
I will bug you.
Why is milk so fast?
Did you never
Why?
see it go past your eyes?
No, because it's pasteurized before you see it.
Okay, my man. You said the same shit.
Moving on. Moving on.
My bad. I said it in the wrong order. My bad.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
God knows.
Like, come meet me on Wakanda right now. Let's run the 50.
This is why we're not. This.
I have the vibrating from my side. I got my
Why was,
connection in my DS.
why was that so? Why was that so funny?
It
Because
was
he's
so
black.
delayed. It was so delayed.
Yeah.
That's man. Wakanda forever. That's where I live too.
Everybody was chuckling though, like, what's going on?
I'm living with Nick. Y'all go live wherever you want.
Dakota is like the Winter Soldier living with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah, only he's got a metal ankle now instead of a metal arm.
Yeah. Nick comes and he's like, Lone Wolf.
Vibranium, my guy. This is what my life has come to.
You're the
All
one
right.
who's made the conscious decision to be a part of this group, Dakota.
I know,
That's on you.
dude. I regret
Hey,
it
man.
every
Hey,
day.
man.
I can't
You made
get out. I can't.
Okay, fine,
made-
fine.
Stuck here
No,
now.
no, fine. We'll end on this. Dakota, how's
Yeah.
your COVID been? You recently been
Oh
diagnosed.
yeah, I was diagnosed with COVID. So, when Andrew had COVID, he had told me a story that when he was going to take a shit, his balls touch the water. I guess from the heat of your body, it makes them sag lower. I don't know how it works. I don't know the science, and I did not believe him. Andrew, when did you have COVID?
I had COVID like Christmas 2021.
So not over a year. What was that 7 months ago?
Half a year. Half a
So,
year.
for 7 months, I have not believed Andrew's statement about that until just right before this podcast started. I went to go take one, and they were swinging low. They were about to touch the water. And I just have to apologize.
Yeah, bitch.
Yes, I
You
want
don't
my
fuck with me with that
apology.
shit. That was tragic. That was literally horrific. I went to sit
You
down.
told me it felt good. Shut up. You said it. You said it felt nice.
Yeah, it was soothing.
Sensational.
But I did
I
have
told
to.
you I was not a fan.
But the thing was, I had to hold my nuts while I took a shit. That was really weird. I had to
yeah, I
cup
can
them.
imagine. Just had to set them out on the toilet bowl.
I didn't do that. I cupped them, and then I was afraid I would shit on my finger.
Oh, that's gross.
Did
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
tell
do
y'all I
that.
caught the stomach bug very shortly after the fishing trip?
Lord have mercy.
No, you didn't tell us that.
Well, I caught it from
Yeah,
my
we saw
nephew.
his fucking Incredible Hulk shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
And he
what?
gave
It was,
to me.
it was so dark green. It was insane. Like,
I was puking on and off for about 12 hours.
this is
Yeah,
not
that's
what we need in the podcast. No one wants to hear
Yeah,
about this.
cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut the last
You know what?
10 minutes of this.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I appreciate y'all not bringing up the fact that when I'm drunk, I try to hit up ugly women.
Yeah.
You were trying to do that sober.
That's-
You were trying to do
okay.
that sober.
Yeah,
Don't use alcohol as an excuse.
Shut up, Paul.
Don't use alcohol. Do not do drugs. Do not do drugs.
Paul,
Do
you
not
shut
do
your
drugs. Do
fucking
not
mouth.
do
I wasn't completely sober.
Do not do drugs. Do not do drugs.
I didn't do
Dakota,
any
why don't you just hit up
drugs.
women while you're on base?
No. We're not saying that. We're saying drug. Let's say drug.
Alright.
If y'all want it.
I think that's
Take it
good
down
enough. I'm
already.
ending the podcast.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, no, no.
Okay, I'm not.
You can definitely
alright.
include. Hey, you know, I said
Closing
thank you for not
remarks.
bringing it up, but you can
Hey.
definitely include that last part. That
Hey,
was
man.
funny.
Hey,
Closing remarks. I looked at the analytics. 21% of you aren't subscribed. You should
Yeah, you're-
subscribe to hear
Motherfucker.
bullshit all the time.
Can I swear to God, if you don't
Motherfucker.
subscribe, bro, your mom.
I will
so
say,
what can
I say, my closing remarks. The first podcast did very well according to the analytics. So thank y'all I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, and so I hope y'all enjoy this one too.
All right,
Are
Paul.
you guys having a good evening?
Yes.
I'm having a very good evening. Are
having a
you?
lovely
you having,
evening,
you having a good night, Andrew?
Yeah.
Paul, you having a good night?
I am Dakota.
For
Chris, you having a good night, man?
And if you're still listening to this,
Damn, Chris just completely ignored you.
I said, yeah, I'm having a good evening. I'm having a good evening. Good morning, actually.
Yeah.
It's 12. It's currently.
Yeah, it's
No,
6
no, no,
o'clock
no,
over
it's
here in
7
Alaska.
a.m.
Yeah,
It's been
it's
an
like
hour.
it's
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 7
6
a.m.
a.m. over here in Alaska.
No. Well, we ain't got nothing else to say. Thank y'all for the
That's
continued support. Continue to like, subscribe, and we will catch y'all in the next Stuck in the Muck episode. Peace out.